Hello! It's FashionistaSims with 50 random facts about me. Ha ha ha! Yes, it is. Let's get started. My name is Sandra, as you all know. My zodiac sign is a Pisces, which is a fishy. My nicknames are Usi, Hatchie, Sass, Sandy, and, well, God, there's awful ones too, bitch. I don't know, you know what they are. 3 things I love: Nicole, Angel, and Hazel. 3 fears. I'm not really scared of anything. I don't care for snakes, but I guess you could call it a fear. I mean, I'm not going to be screaming and running if one comes a little close to me, but I will back away slowly. Last song I listened to. Fun Tonight on The Sims. It's still in my head, folks. It's hard to get rid of it. Your high school grade point average. It was 3 point something. I can't remember the actual. I was close to a 4.0, but I didn't quite get there. What you ate today? I ate hamburger. Number of siblings. Originally I had 5, but my next oldest brother, Craig, passed away in 2011. So I now have 2 brothers and 1 sister. Favorite vacation? Florida when I was 15. My mom took us, me and my sister and little brother. We had a blast. I went sand duning and swimming in the ocean. It was all cool as hell. The reason I started making YouTube videos, well, I still do, help Nicole with hers with background voices and silly things like that, and just being silly myself. And I liked it so much I thought I wanted to try it again. Plus, I've always loved The Sims. I've started it with Sims 1. Didn't really care for Sims 3 that much, but I have played it. But I love Sims 2, and of course I love Sims 4 the most. Dream vacation. That would have to be in Europe. London, France, Italy, anything like that. I would love to go. Something I really want. A house that belongs to us. That is in our name, and we don't have to pay rent or anything like that. It belongs to us. That's something I've always wanted. What my significant other likes most about me? Well, I am still married, but we don't live together because he's an ass. He's abusive, verbally and physically. So, I don't really imagine there's much of anything he likes about me anymore. Because, like I said, I am a bitch sometimes. But only around him, mostly. Meaning behind my channel name. I am very picky about what I pick out. And it is fashion. So, FashionistaSims fits me very well. I have a lot of favorite movies, but one of my most favorites is The Goonies. I grew up in the 80s and the 70s, and I love that movie. I'll still watch it today. My favorite band, there is too many to mention. I love all the old classic rock bands. Not too much nowadays, but I love Journey whenever Steve Perry, of course, was still good with the guy he's got now. I loved Led Zeppelin. I mean, there's just too many to mention. Rush. God, there's just tons of them. 3 things that upset me. I can't stand it if the house is messy, even though I am disabled now and I can't clean as well as I used to be able to. It irritates the friggin' fire out of me if the house is dirty. My husband, he upsets the hell out of me if he comes around. And people that have no sense. They literally look at you and say something and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Those kind of people, they upset me. But I try to be nice. Because maybe they just don't know better. 3 things that make me happy. That's my kids. 1, 2, and then the little hazel dog. That makes me happy. Love, family. That's what makes me happy. Good Lord, the last movie you saw in the theater was the Simpsons movie. It tells you how long that's been. Someone I miss. My brother Craig and my mother. Mostly, yes. Both of them. Someone I love my kids and Hazel the most. And I have, of course, 2 kids. How many hours of sleep did I get last night? About 6. I usually get about 5 or 6 normally. That's why I'm usually a walking zombie some days. Actually, literally, I am a zombie. This is funny, isn't it? Something you miss from your childhood. I miss the times. And let me explain a little bit more. I was born in '65. There wasn't a lot of bad stuff out there in that time. You could actually run around at night, not to worry about people grabbing your kids and whatever, you know. You could go trick-or-treating, and everybody in the neighborhood would be there with their doors open. You knew everyone in your neighborhood. And we're talking about streets over. You knew everyone. If someone needed help with a roof, or they needed food, or if they needed whatever, the neighbors would pitch in and help out. I would love to see that come back. You've got to care about people, folks. You've got to help your neighbors. You've got to help people. I know you got to be careful these days. But we need to go back to the times when it was supposed to be that, when it was right. You do unto others as you want people to do unto you. You want to be treated like you would treat someone else. That's a golden rule, and it needs to be back to where it was. There's too much bad out there. I mean, honestly, if in your mind you're thinking, oh my God, I would love to kidnap that 3-year-old child and tie her up and blah blah blah. If you have that in your mind, before you ever act on that, go get help from someone. Because you should realize that is not normal. It's not right. A book you can read over and over again. Anything by Stephen King. I've read his books tons of times. Anything by him I could read over and over because he is excellente, I say. Something I got in trouble for as a child. We'll see. When I was about maybe 3 or 4 years old, I played barber with my little sister and chopped her hair off into short little bob. And we were supposed to go get our pictures made the next day. I got in such trouble, it was awful. But it was fun. 3 things that annoy me easily. Well, that was the same thing as it upsets me. My husband annoys the hell out of me. A dirty house annoys the hell out of me. And like I said, people that just have no sense. My favorite animal has always been a dog. I love dogs. Not saying I don't have anything against any other animals, but that's always been my favorite animal. Whether you say if I could bring every stray home in the neighborhood, I would have. My pet is Hazel, which is a pit bull. She's the best dog in the world. She is the lovingest, most best dog you could ever want. One thing I've lied about. Only one? Well, I remember When I was about 7, I lied to my dad's mother, which was, we called her Ma. And I felt really bad about it. I can't remember what I lied to her about. I think she asked me if I did something, and I told her no, which I probably did do it. And before I could tell her the truth and apologize, she passed away. So that really affected me back in those days. I felt terrible. It's not good to lie to people. After that, I try not to lie anymore because it just was awful. Something that's currently worrying me. Well, honestly, the house we live in is not that great. It's kind of really old and run down. And we're trying to get the money to move with. I don't know when it's going to be or how we're going to get it, but I just have to work on a little bit here and there. An embarrassing moment. Probably tons of them. Oh, I know, embarrassing moment. I remember when I was at the store one day, my shoe, I was just a kid, my shoe on the side completely ripped out because, I mean, they were just back in those days, cloth tennis shoes. And I felt really bad because everybody was staring at my shoe because it was ripped out. And my mom was there, and she knew what had happened. She's like, we'll get you another pair as soon as we leave here and we get the groceries and put them up. We'll go get another pair of shoes. But I had to walk in that store for a little while with a ripped shoe. Where I work, I don't work. I'm disabled. I've been disabled since 2012. I had worked so many strenuous jobs and stuff like that I wore my poor body out. My hands, my back, my knees are bad. It's just awful. I mean, I did so many different jobs. Worked in warehouses, bartender, waitress, customer service. I did work at home. I loved that. Got to the point where I couldn't even type anymore hardly. So, but doing this is mostly mouse and a little bit of stuff, so it's not so bad. But I'm not getting paid for it, so. My last text message says, the link to this. Kind of. 3 bad habits I have. I smoke. You can tell that, I'm sure. Only cigarettes, never touch the bad stuff. What's one of the 2 bad habits? I quit drinking. I used to drink beer and stuff some here and there, but I just completely quit that. I can't think of the others. I can't think of 2 more. Do you know any bad habits?
You're stubborn.
That's a bad habit?
I don't know. It could be.
Actually, my mother said I'm bullheaded. She said when she was in labor with me, she was chasing a bull back into the fence and get the gotten out. And she said I got the bullheadedness from that, but that's just a little joke. Well, I don't really know. I guess I'm kind of loud. My whole family's loud. You can hear my mother fucking 3 blocks off calling your name, and you better come running too. I speak my mind. I tell you exactly how it is. I don't know if that's a bad habit, but that's the way I am. I warn people. You know, hey, this is the way I am, and I guess if you don't like me, don't want to be my friend, then you might want to hear what I have to say. My future goals are, I want to get enough subscribers and views and stuff to earn a little bit of money. That's my future goals. I know it's probably going to take a while, but I'm determined to do it, so. And it says my pets again.
That's probably a fail.
Yeah. It's Hazel. My favorite stores, Walmart and Kroger's, but the only two I go to. My favorite food, Chinese. I love Chinese food. What I did yesterday, I did videos. Cook supper, clean the dishes, you know, that kind of stuff. Something I'm talented at. I'm very talented at customer service. I think I'm very talented at doing videos. I really do. I've been told my whole life that I should have been a comedian by everyone I've ever met, just about, because I was funny. So I have great ideas. I'm committed.
Writing.
I was very talented at writing too. I did a horror story in the 9th grade that my teacher loved. Told me he was going to sit down one day and pick up one of my books and read it, but I've never gotten to do that. I wish I had have, but I never get a chance to. I had to work and stuff, so. My idea of a perfect date. Me and my kids, that's my date. My girls and Hazel. If I was actually, I mean, my husband about killed it for me for men because he was so bad, but if I had to give you an actual response about if I had someone like that, it would probably be a picnic at the beach. I would love that. When I was growing up, we did picnics all the time, my mom and us, and it was just great. My celebrity crush? I've never had a celebrity crush. I've never cared about that. But I'll make a funny response. It's Thorn! No, it's not. I can't stand Thorn. Something I'm good at. Videos! Comedy! Writing! Cooking. I'm a damn good cook, too. And I'm a damn good baker. My favorite YouTube channels. Well, I'm still getting into that. But I'll have to say Genie Sims and Tragic Toy Maker. Those are my kids' channels. And off the top of my head, I can't really think of everyone that I've met lately, what their channels are named. But I do know, I'll just spout off a few names. Hip Hip Renee, kudos to you, girl. If I'd had to start back from scratch, I mean, I would have done it, but it would be very, very hard, and I'm sure it's been very hard on you. Let's see. My mind went blank. Pink Wave Gamer. Lori Smith's not a YouTuber, but I love her. She shares everything that I post, and everybody else, I guess, post. And I thank you so much for that, Lori. I really do. You're a great, great person. I know Ed bothers you, Pink Wave Gamer. It's just a little, a little thing that we did because Nicole said you liked the videos with Ed and stuff in it, so I'd love to aggravate you about it. So if you don't like it, though, I'll stop it. So it's okay. Let me think. I mean, there's too many to do, but.
Simism.
Oh yeah, Simism. I like. Very enthusiastic. Love your enthusiasm, girl. Don't stop. Believe me, don't stop on it. Simmer Aaron, I love you. I know you've been having issues with little things you post on YouTube, but I think everything's gonna work out fine for you. Let's see. There's so many, I can't remember them all. I'm trying to off the top of my head. Know that every one of you that I follow, and that follow me, and subscribe to me, and I've talked to and met, you guys mean the world to me. Something I would like to learn. I try to learn something new every day if I can. I think I would like to learn how let me think. How to sew. My mother always wanted me to sew, but I didn't really care for it back then. And she's like, you're going to be sorry that one of these days, well, she's gone. She can't sew for me anymore, and I am sorry that I don't know how to do it. Best way to spend my day off. Spend time with my kids and my dog. That's the best time. Your favorite cereal. Wow. Let me think. When I was a kid, it was Apple Jacks. Now I would have to say I always like the crackling oat bran, but it's better without the cereal. I mean, without the milk. It's hard to find, and it's really expensive for a little box, but I always love that cereal. But now, I would say probably Life. I always love that cereal. It's really good. And that's all 50 random facts. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time talking to y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. And thanks so much for everything. This is FashionistaSims saying goodbye, everybody!